Hey guys, this is Chirag Gopiyani. I'm a writer of PRISM and I played character of Yash in the short film.
Hello everyone, I'm Parth Pandya and I played Kalyani in our first short film PRISM.
Hello all, I am Smit Kalyani. I played the character of Smit in our first short film PRISM.
Well, hello everyone. Myself, Vishal Kubavat. As all of you know, I played a character named Mr. Siddharth Roy, who is a special investigator in our story.
First of all, I hope you all are at home and safe. Our short film PRISM has crossed 2.1k views in YouTube. So here, I would like to take a moment and thank everyone who watched our short film. We got so many positive reviews about this short film, and with that we also got some suggestions regarding which things could have been better. So our whole team is very thankful for these suggestions. See, audience reactions, suggestions, reviews, these are the things that we work for, and these are the things that will help you to analyze your work quality. So we had a team meeting, we discussed all the suggestions, and we came up with the things that we need to take in our next projects.
I would like to thank each and every one of you for the massive and overwhelming response. It truly means a lot to us. So we really didn't think that the response, the support would be this good.
Here's a fun fact for you guys. I was approached by Parth just a day before the shooting. I was totally unaware that they are making this short film, and I had a role in it. And to be fair, I didn't even know that I got to play a role in that.
If you have seen the film, I betrayed my friend Yash by stealing his idea. I am really happy that I got opportunity to play this character.
So how we came up with an idea of production house? Actually, this was not a thing that we were planning for so long. Parth, Smit and me, we all have same kind of taste in cinema. And I think this is a basic foundation of this production house. We used to have discussions regarding TV series and movies that we watch. And in one of those discussions, Parth told us that he has some story idea. And we were just discussing that story idea. And during the conversation, Parth suggested us that we should start a production house in YouTube. And we should start making short films for this production house. So we immediately loved this idea. And we all agreed to start a production house. And we had approximately 3 to 4 hour phone call, and we planned all the things. Actually, we didn't have confirmed story for our first project, but we did have vision, and that vision is the reason why we are all here. Most of the people who have seen PRISM say that concept of this short film is quite unique and different than typical thriller plots. So I was asked that how I came up with an idea of PRISM and how I thought the concept, or how I developed story based on this concept. First of all, PRISM short film is like dream come true thing for me, because I had this idea in my mind for so long, and I never thought that this idea will be converted into a short film. When we were having discussion about starting a production house, I thought that this is the best chance for me to convert my idea into a short film. So I told my idea to Parth and Smit, and they liked the idea, and they told me to develop a story based on this idea. And let me tell you what was the concept at that time. A person has started doing imagination, and he doesn't have much friends, and he is quite a lonely person. So he started imagination, and he is going deeper into imagination. So situation comes that things goes wrong, and now he has to figure out the difference between imagination and reality. So this was just a concept at that time, and after that I started to develop a story based on this concept. Developing a story was quite an experience for me, because it is a kind of self journey that you go through. When you develop a story, you have so many thoughts in your mind, so many ideas, so many directions to go for, but at the same time you have to keep track of where you are going with the story. And it is a fun part as well as the hard part, but I had so much fun when I developed the story. We had days of discussion over the phone for the story, and I was sure of the thing that I wanted to keep an ending in a way that it creates a confusion. So we had so much brainstorming about the ending, and finally we came up with the ending. And it took quietly 6 to 7 days to just finalize the story. So after that, I started to write a screenplay. When you write a screenplay, you literally give shades and you give life to the characters, and you decide that how this character will be presented to screen. So all the characters of this short film are very close to my heart. When I was writing the screenplay, at that time only I decided that Parth will be the director, because I always believed in him, and I believe his passion for any work that he do.
So after many conversations on the phone, Chirag completed the writing process. And at that moment, we both knew that if done right, this could be one hell of a short film. There is a saying that trust takes years to build and seconds to break. Chirag trusted me and gave me an opportunity to direct this first short film. It wasn't an easy job at all, because even if you have a marvelous script, if you choose the wrong person as a director, you destroy that script. So Chirag had faith in me, and I think I gave my 100%. So thank you, Chirag, for trusting me.
Parth, he just got my vision for the story, and he converted my vision into the screen. After completing screenplay, I called him and I told him the way I want this story to be directed, and he just got the things. He just understood the things. And when I saw final output, and I was very impressed with him. And it's very rare to have a connection, this kind of connection with someone.
I had a lot of fun on the set. I loved being a director, although it wasn't an easy task because it was my job to bring out Chirag's vision to life. At first, when we started shooting, I was under a lot of pressure. But when we shot our first scene, I realized the pressure lifted off, and I realized that I can do this.
मस्ती नहीं seriously. हाँ बराबर सरप्राइज અને જેમ
પેલા માઇલ્ડ એંગલ
હા
પેલા માઇલ્ડ એંગલ
બરાબર છે
કે જેમ જેમ આગળ કન્વર્સેશન થાય
એમ
વધતો જાય
કારણ કે હજી મને એને એક્સેપ્ટ નથી કર્યું
એનું અને તે હજી એનું એક્સપ્લેનેશન
સાંભળ્યું
સાંભળ્યું
નથી
નથી.
એટલે
તે તું બંધ કરીને આયા ઉભો રહેશા. Why the hell did you do it, bro? બરાબર લોલો કે છે.
હવે તારી ગઈ હવે તું
What did I do, bro?
If I say that I manage everything on the set, it would be a massive understatement because that's not true at all. I had the helping hands of Saurav, Agravat and Vishal, Kubavat. They were assistant directors. They both helped me a lot. Saurav did a lot of behind the scenes work, and he even at some point managed the camera and overall did a fantastic job, and so did Vishal.
તારે આમ મારે આમ જોવાનું સિમ્પલ આ બરાબર. Why the hell did you do it, bro?
What did I do, bro?
થોડું કોણ રાખજે
કેવું?
થોડું કોણ What did I do, bro?
મતલબ જો
Innocent.
મતલબ તારો ડાયલોગ બોલસ ને ઈ પેલા તારે એક નાનું એક્સપ્રેશન દેવાનું છે.
હા બસ
Exactly આમ જોઈશે.
Okay.
What did I do, bro?
હા
Hi everyone, my name is Saurav Agravat. I was an assistant director in this short film. I love watching movies and series. That's how me and Parth became friends. We have known each other for only 2 years, but we have developed a great friendship. Parth gave me an opportunity to work in this film behind the scene. I think I did a great job. I'm glad to be a part of the team. I learned how things work behind the scene because it was everyone's first time, and I think I learned a lot. I'm proud of my work.
We had lot of fun on the set. We were constantly laughing. Everyone did their part of job. To be honest, we had lot of difficulties while shooting because it was our first time. But the atmosphere was light. It helped us to getting over those difficulties. I learned a lot during shoot. I think that experience will help me in our next project.
Hey, take it easy, bro. You have any idea? You have any proof?
Smit. काय वांधो नाही काही असं समजो तो बघा स्मित हमें मारला स्मित आऊ बोले चिराग पानी जानते हैं तुम कौन है रेडी बराबर लागेल काय हो लुक मारणार नाही शो योर एंगर ब्रो
Not many of you know, but I was Vishal sir's student in college. We are very much alike, and that's why we became friends. And now, after 3 years, he's like a big brother to me. Me and Chirag both decided that Vishal sir would be the perfect choice to play the character of Siddharth Roy. Then I talked to Vishal sir, and he quickly agreed and said yes. Me and Chirag both knew that he would do a good job at portraying Siddharth Roy, but he exceeded our expectations and nailed the role completely.
So, Parth, who is the director of our short film, and he is also a former student of mine. He called me one day and he was like, "Hey Vishal sir, we are making this short film and we have a role for you in it. And you can say no for that." And I was really surprised by that. And I told him that yeah, why not? I sure give it a try. Then we all got together at Parth's place and we had our little production meeting. Parth showed me script of the short film for the very first time. I read the script and then I came to know about my role in it. Also, my role was very good. I personally admire it. It was about someone who is investigating the suspects of the case. And then we discuss all about how we're gonna shoot the entire film, little things, big things, and all the other things. You know how things work in production meeting. For all of us, it was the first time in front of camera, and also the first time we are all doing this kind of thing together. It was kind of a big challenge for all of us, but the biggest challenge was to shoot the entire short film in just 2 days. And the reason behind that was our two friends, Chirag Gopiyani, who played the character of Yash, and Smit Kalyani, who played the character of Smit. So the thing is, Chirag is working in Ahmedabad, so he has to come all the way from Ahmedabad to Jamnagar just for the shooting of our film. And Smit, who is also have a job, and he have to show up at his job after 2 days.
My character name is also Smit. When Chirag wrote the screenplay, everyone's character's name was different. My character name was Truman. But at the production meeting, Parth, Chirag and Vishal sir decided to change the name. And then we went with my original name, which really suited my character. When we shoot my first scene, it didn't turn out where the Parth and Chirag wanted it. To show from there, it took over 60 takes to shoot. And finally we got it. Vishal sir helped me the most with that scene. And you and we all know that he is good actor, and so is Chirag. So overall it was wonderful experience with my friends. I'm really excited for our next project.
So just like that, in very few minutes, I had a role to play the very next day. But deep down, I knew that I can do this. It was like I was made for this role. And the reason behind that was when I was back in college, I can memorize all the dialogues from my favorite movie, especially comedy movies of Akshay Kumar. And my friend circle, they also have a good taste in movies. So they used to ask me, "Hey Vishal, say that dialogue and say that dialogue from that movie, etc., etc." And I also kind of love to do it. In fact, I still do it sometimes. So. And they used to say that whenever I say a dialogue or two, it's like they are watching that movie right in front of them. So it was kind of a big deal. Now to tell you how I brought that character into real life in just one night. The reason behind that is the most famous detective of the world, Sherlock Holmes. It's my favorite movies and TV series. Also, I have a book on Sherlock Holmes from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Then I started thinking that what if the situation was in real life and how a real life investigator would solve this case. And that was the first thing. Now, the second thing was the look of the character. When you hear a word like detective and investigator, suddenly Sherlock Holmes comes to the mind. Well, at least in my mind. And I thought that this character should look like Sherlock Holmes, but obviously without head, without his smoke pipe, and obviously without accent. So me and Parth were talking, and suddenly Suspender came to the mind of Parth. Suspenders, that's a really funny story. You see, I'm tall, and suspender were a little short for me. To tell you guys the truth, I was wearing suspenders in my real life for the very first time. So the problem with the suspender was that it keeps falling off during the shooting. While we were shooting the interrogation scene, actually the interrogation scene took place after the midnight, and everyone was tired because we were shooting the whole day, and the interrogation scene is quite a serious scene. So me and Chirag was we were very in character, we were very serious, and suddenly I was saying my dialogue, and pop, just like that, the suspender falls off. Everyone would laugh, and that was at the same time it was also very refreshing. It gives us the moment of relief. We were all laugh, and it was kind of funny. In fact, to this day, whenever we talk about that moment, or when we try to memorize that moment, we all have such a good laugh, and that's actually fun.
I would like to tell you all a story which only a bunch of people know. When we finished the dubbing, I had a crazy idea. I quickly called Chirag and told him that how about we do a special screening. By doing that, we can see people's reaction, and we can also see that how many people got the ending. Chirag loved the idea. Then I called Smit. You see, Smit and me have known each other for the past 14 years. He's one of my best friends, and he's also a partner in this production house along with me and Chirag. So I told him about the idea, and he liked it too, but trust me, it was the worst decision of my life. We set up the date 14th March. It was Saturday. Around 35 people came, including Chirag's family, my neighbors. Our whole team was there, but due to technical problems, the rendering process took an hour to complete the video. Everyone came around 10:30 at night, and we were so embarrassed that they had to wait an hour to watch our film. After that 1 hour, we showed the film to everyone, and that's when the nightmare came upon us, because nobody got the ending, except for one man. You see, mine and Chirag's family already knew about the story and the ending, But that one man who got the ending was one of my neighbor, Dr. Suresh Bhai. He understood the concept and he appreciated our efforts. When the film ended, there was a pin drop silence in the room. It was so awkward that me, Chirag, Vishal sir, Smit and Saurav were just staring at each other. We were like, what just happened? And after that, everyone left and we discussed and we realized that we showed the film to the wrong audience. And I won't ever forget that experience because I learned a lot that day. Then next day we released PRISM and the rest is history. I am thankful to each and every one of you who saw the film. I am thankful to my team. I am thankful to my parents. They made me who I am. Love you, mom and dad.
I'd like to thank all my team members who were involved in this project because without them, PRISM wouldn't have been possible. I'd like to thank Vishal Kubavat for bringing the character of Siddharth Roy to the screen, and I'd like to thank Parth for playing the character of Ayan. It was kind of a dark character, but he played it very perfectly. And at last, I would like to thank all the people who watched PRISM and praised it.
But I would like to tell you, all of you, that this is just the beginning. You guys have no idea what's in store for you. Next project will be a mythological horror thriller, Blackheart, then a sci-fi thriller, A Phase of Friendship, and then an untitled project which will be coming out at the end of the year. So we have these 3 scripts ready to shoot, but due to these current circumstances we can't. So we request you guys to stay home and stay safe and enjoy this time with your friends, family and your loved ones.